Hey man, we are now live, man. Welcome to What's Good with Gil and Larry. This is our February. I'm all in last year. Our February 7th, 2024 show. We have a lot to go over, man. So I don't want to waste no time with the preliminaries. Let's get back down to the games, man. Hey man, what's the first thing on the slate for tonight, my brother?
Well, I think the big thing is tomorrow is going to be the NFL Honors Show, which is going to have all the awards for the regular season, and they're going to announce who the class of 2024's Football Hall of Fame is going to be. I have all the finalists here. I'm curious to know who you would want in, maybe versus who you think will get in, or maybe they're one and the same. I got a list. I'll go through the list first, and then I'll go through it slow so you can give me a yay or nay. Now, the most they can pick is five.
Five. Okay.
Five.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go. Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Jeree Evans, Torrey Holt, Julius Peppers, Reggie Wayne, Darren Woodson, Dwight Freeney, Antonio Gates, Rodney Harrison, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Fred Taylor, and the last one is Patrick Willis.
Wow. Okay.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot. Only get five. It makes the Hall of Fame great because you got to be great to get in.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
So now I'm gonna go slower.
Okay.
And you can say yes, and then when I go through it, we can start to eliminate. Okay. So don't be afraid to go over five right now.
I got you.
Okay. Eric Allen.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna mark it. Jared Allen.
No.
Okay. Willie Anderson. Played tackle for Cincinnati in the 2000s.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Jeree Evans. He was a Pro Bowl guard for New Orleans.
For New Orleans, right?
Yep.
Not yet.
Okay.
That's what I heard on the list so far. Not yet.
Okay. A guy that's waited a little while now. Torrey Holt.
Compared to the list, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. This next guy to me is an automatic yes. There's two automatic yeses to me. This is one of them. Julius Peppers.
Oh, yeah, automatic. Yeah.
Automatic, yeah.
That was a yay for me.
Lockstep in that.
Lockstep.
Okay, here's a guy who's waited a couple years now. Not too long, but a couple years. Reggie Wayne.
Man, he had a good career, man. He had a good career. He had a great career, but not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. They'll probably slot him in, but I would say not yet compared to the other people on the list.
You got to remember, half his career he played with Marvin Harrison.
He did. You're right.
He was Robin for half his career.
Yeah, he was. So that's where the gray area for me is, because of the fact that he could probably put up bigger numbers, but except for the fact that he was the Robin to Batman. You know what I mean? That part.
Okay, your boy. Let's see if you show some love, Darren Woodson.
Yeah, I like Darren Woodson, man.
He's been on it a long time.
Yeah. I think he gets his nod, man.
You think he gets it?
I think he gets his nod, man.
Ooh.
Darren Woodson.
Okay.
We at 3?
We're at 3. You can go over 5. We'll go over it again.
Yeah, we'll go back over. Yeah, I'll
eliminate.
Okay.
Okay. Dwight Freeney. He's waited a few years.
Dwight Freeney. Damn. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. This is the other automatic to me. First ballot. Antonio Gates.
Yeah, for sure. Outside of, you got to give Antonio Gates. Yeah, for sure. He's one of the greatest tight ends to do it. Yes.
Okay. Rodney Harrison.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, he
Okay,
was a
so
backbone.
you're at 5
I'm
right
at
now.
5 right now.
We can go over.
Yeah, but I'm
You can
gonna
eliminate.
knock some people off, and I know who I'm gonna knock off because I know the other guy I'm gonna have to put on there.
There's 4 more.
Okay,
Devin Hester.
I see Devin Hester. Yeah,
I
greatest
say yes.
return ever.
I say this year is a yes as
Yes.
well. Andre Johnson.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Ooh, we might disagree on that one, but okay. Fred Taylor.
Yeah. Fred Taylor, the running back, Fred Taylor.
Yeah, from Jacksonville.
Not yet. I think
Not
what will
yet.
help him is because he got the podcast and everything. If he do get in, it's because of the podcast. So if he do get in, it's because of his
The pivot.
stuff.
The pivot.
The pivot. That's why. You feel me? Not in his career, but I'm just saying that would be the push of why he got in.
Okay. He's waited a little while.
He did.
And the last one is Patrick Willis. Linebacker, San Francisco.
Damn, Patrick Willis was a beast though.
He was a stud,
but
he abruptly retired.
Yeah. No, so not yet. Not yet. So now we got this list down to where I had to go down to
You got it down to 6, which is pretty good.
So I need one off.
So you're 6, Eric Allen, Julius Peppers,
Definitely.
Darren Woodson,
Definitely.
Antonio Gates.
Because Darren Woodson played for
Dallas.
Exactly. Darren Woodson,
Safety.
Your safety, yup. I had Devin Hester, right?
So Eric Allen, Julius Peppers.
You know what? I'm about to swap. I'm about to be partial because I'm about to swap my boy out. Because I think that what's called probably is going to get in Andre Johnson.
Okay. Now Andre Johnson. Okay, so you're still up 6. If you take Darren Woodson out, you still have 6 because you're putting Andre Johnson in. So you still got four guys left. You know what I'm saying? So you take out Darren Wood. You said yes to Eric Allen and you said yes to Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
That's 2.
That's 2.
If you take out Darren Woodson, but you put in Andre Johnson, that's 3.
Right.
And you still got 3 more. You picked Antonio Gates, you picked Rodney Harrison, and you picked Devin Hester.
Jeez, man.
So you got to get rid of somebody.
I think Rodney Harrison is going to make it.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he's going to make it. And Devin Hester might be on the fence, but I got Devin Hester in there. So if I got to take one more person, I guess I would take Andre Johnson off.
Andre Johnson off. Okay. Yep. Okay, so your final picks: Eric Allen, the cornerback.
Eric Allen was a cornerback, right?
Cornerback. He played a lot for the Eagles, but then he bounced around. But he was good everywhere.
He was
good with New Orleans. He was good with the Raiders. He was good everywhere.
He was. So I wouldn't take him off. I like him there.
Okay, Eric Allen, Julius Peppers. That's automatic.
For sure. Automatic.
Antonio Gates, automatic.
Automatic.
That one. So these next 3 are the iffies.
Yeah.
Rodney Harrison.
I think you'll get into my ex-New England, ex-San Diego, New England Patriot, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the hardest hitters.
I don't think he's got any All-Pros, and I think he's only got 2 Pro Bowls. So he doesn't quite have the individual resume.
Yeah, but he was an impact player, though.
He was impact. I think he won 2 Super Bowls with New England.
Yup. And then San Diego, he was that guy who was the heavy hitter. He set the tone on that defense along with Julius Sayal. So
they went to Super Bowl.
They did, and they lost to
San Francisco
that year. Cowboys beat them. The Cowboys beat them that year.
San Francisco.
No, San Fran, right? With Young, wasn't it? Young was there, right?
Correct. And that's the last Super Bowl that San Francisco's won.
Yeah.
They actually won it the year before the Cowboys. Everybody likes to talk about how long it's been since the Cowboys won. San Francisco is 1 year more.
We're America's team, so that's why we get what we get, because we have one of in-your-face owners. If Al Davis was alive, it'd be him and him going neck to neck. So they'll be talking about the Raiders because Al Davis, and they definitely going to talk about the Cowboys because Jerry Jones. Jerry's world. It's Jerry's world.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why we talk about the Cowboys and their legacy so much. You know what I mean? But you're right. San Francisco hasn't won one in a while either.
Yeah, but
But
they've been though.
they've been to the Super Bowl.
They've
That's
been
the difference.
twice.
They've been twice. That's the difference. So
and now it's 3 times.
yeah, 3 times.
Now it's 3.
Yeah. So, man, it's hard. I mean, I'm gonna be curious, man, who gets in, man. I promise it's gonna be one of them more fun of linemen watch.
So I am in agreement with Eric Allen, Julius Peppers, Antonio Gates, Devin Hester. I don't think Rodney Harrison gets in. I don't think Andre Johnson gets in. I do think it's going to be Willie Anderson. I'm going to go because they love offensive linemen. It's either going to be Willie or it's going to be Evans.
That's a fact. I said that because I know one offensive lineman is going to get in. That's just the way it's been. I've been watching.
They love
get one in.
Well, that's good because they don't get any individual rewards. They don't get rookie of the year, offensive player of the year. They don't get nothing.
Nothing.
So
and they are, and we know the value of a good offensive lineman. We know the value. You know the value. You know,
offensive line is number 1 now as a unit. Not as an individual player. That's quarterback. But as a unit, offensive line is number 1.
You ain't getting to the next level without that O-line, man. I don't care what you tell me. You got the best quarterback right there in the back. If you can't give that man time and whatever you're trying to do for his run or even pass, if you can't give him the time to implement it's a lot of great quarterbacks that didn't have a great line, you know? And I think probably their career suffered because they didn't have a good line in front of them. Whereas you had some people like Dallas was always known for their line. They kind of originated that big, beefy line. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I think after them, it started to go back to kind of like the normal side line. We wasn't really having these big guys. It was more just speed guys. It was guys that was good with technique. You know, that's where the kind of league went to. You know, but during the 90s, we had them big boys. We had the big boys on that line. You know what I mean?
Well, look at Washington. They had the Hogs.
Oh yeah, the Hogs
from the 80s through the 90s, and they won the Super Bowl 3 times with 3 different quarterbacks. What does that tell you? 3 different ones. 3 different ones. Theismann, Doug Williams, and Mark Rippon.
Mark Rippon.
Mark Rippon won an MVP because of that offense.
You're right, because of that line. I totally agree. So did New England have a good line or just have a great system? What would you say?
I think they had a better than average line, but they had everything.
Yeah.
They had, wide receivers that were elevated. They had tight ends that were great.
Yeah.
They had the best coaching staff, the best offensive line coach, the best offensive coach. They had Bill Belichick, the best. Yeah. They had one of the best defensive coaches. They had a lot of really good players on defense. Maybe not all world players. Seymour just got in last year into the Hall of Fame, but they had Willie McGinnis, they had Teddy Bruschi, they had Vrabel, they had Rodney Harrison.
Who was the one guy? Ty Law. Ty Law. Yup.
They had Lawyer Malloy.
Yeah.
They had
Gilmore.
They had Gil. They had Ted Washington.
Yup. Yeah, they
had the other big boy, Vince Wilfork.
Oh, Vince Wilfork. Yup, they sure did have Vince Wilfork.
So they had a lot of guys.
They had some pieces. Yeah. And like you said, they had an old line that was better than average.
Yep.
Definitely had an old line better than average because Tom Brady. But then they give you a quarterback in a system that also he got rid of ball fast. So he didn't.
But let's. Here's a question I have for you before we go to the predictions on the NFL awards themselves. We're hearing a lot about Purdy being a game manager, a good game manager. Maybe he's the 10th best player on his team. And you know what? I went through it, and maybe he is the 10th best player. But let's be honest. Those first few years with New England, Tom Brady wasn't the best player. He wasn't the second best player. As a matter of fact, he was a very good game manager, but they won by special teams and defense. Did they not?
He was.
They had a great kicker, and we just went over the defense.
You're right.
We just went over that.
You're right. So you're right.
So you can turn out to be elite and still be a game manager.
Indeed. And I mean, how many, think about it though. Think about it. We talked about this before, right? How many quarterbacks that have come into this league that have not been game managers? It's only like a handful that you're going to say was elite, like just a different level athlete, right?
Correct.
Dan Marino, Marino, Joe Montana, which I also thought that he was a great manager. You ask me.
Nothing special physically from Joe Montana.
No, he wasn't. Elway, I say, yeah, he was a talent.
Oh yeah,
definitely a talent.
Staubach was special.
Yes.
Unitas was special.
Even Favre. Favre's a gunslinger.
Favre was special. Yes.
Now he wasn't special when he went to Atlanta. When he got drafted to Atlanta.
It was only 1 year.
I'm just saying,
we're gonna give him a break.
But he was a gunslinger, right? Now is Aaron Rodgers considered a great manager?
No way. No, he's one of those special ones.
Yeah, him and Mahomes, they special.
But I mean, Starr was a game manager.
Yes.
Greasy was a game manager. Bob Greasy, game manager.
What about Drew Brees?
So
what's your synopsis?
I'm gonna say no. He didn't have the physical attributes to be Favre, for example, but he was so good, and his pinpoint accuracy and timing. He didn't do dink and dunks, quick throws. He didn't do that.
Nah, heck nah.
He threw bullets and he threw teardrops.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have the special arm, obviously, since he had that injury. But a guy that throws deep as often as he did and was so accurate, I can't say he was a game manager.
Yeah.
That was no West Coast offense.
Nah, it wasn't. It was to take deep shots.
Yes.
He made receivers great.
Yes.
He really did. Because you could see that they had the same core receivers, but they wasn't getting the same numbers when Drew Brees retired. Michael Thomas almost won an MVP.
Perfect example. Where's Michael Thomas now?
Are you going to say his skill set fell off? No. He don't got no quarterbacks to give him the ball. And it goes to show you just how great Drew Brees really was,
It was.
So I agree, man. I mean, they've been a big woof about Cam Newton talking about the game manager, right? Once again, is that a bad thing? No, because I want a game manager. I want a game manager. I want somebody that's going to manage the game, especially if I got skilled players around me. Like, I'm not looking for my quarterback to be the best player if I got skilled players. I'm looking for my quarterback not to turn the ball over. I'm looking for my quarterback not to make dumb decisions and play situational football, what we're always talking about, right? I don't want to lose because of my quarterback. So that detail in the game manager, cool. Brock Purdy's one of the better ones.
I think it's how Cam said it though.
Well, he's not being condescending.
He was very condescending.
Yeah.
It was like, he's good, but he's the 10th best player on the team. He's just a game manager. When you say things like he's just a good game manager, you don't really have to say. You could just say, he's good. I don't know if he's elite yet.
That part.
But he's good. But I started thinking about it. I'm like, if he didn't seem so condescending and just kind of made his point, I don't think you can really disagree. I went through it in my head. Trent Williams. If you're to rank like Madden 99, 98, 97, I think about the guys that would be ahead of Brock Purdy right now.
Oh, you got right now,
because I compared to like Tom Brady. Tom Brady as a starter after 2 years was not number 1, number 2, number 3 on New England. I'll tell you something else. Kurt Warner was a number 1, number 2, number 3, and he was winning MVPs as soon as he got the starting job there. It was MVP him, Marshall Faulk the next year, and an MVP him again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was really a very good game manager.
That's a true fact.
He really was the greatest show on turf. Those
Yeah.
wide receivers, the running
Running
back.
back. Yep.
Oh my
Because he was a
gosh.
dual threat running
He
back.
had good offensive linemen. He had
Yep.
Orlando Pace,
And then
on the one
defense.
side.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
was
Orlando
not the
Pace.
best offensive guy. He wasn't the second best offense. Isaac Bruce was probably second best. Orlando Pace was probably third. You know, we're not even mentioning Torrey Holt, who was there.
Yeah.
Azakim, who was there.
Yeah.
Not mentioning anybody on defense like London Fletcher, who was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so getting back to Purdy, Trent Williams ahead of him, right?
Brandon
Ayuk ahead of him. That's 2. McCaffrey, that's 3. Kittles, that's 4.
Fred Warner.
We'll stick with offense.
Just offensive.
We'll start offense 4.
Okay.
4 better. What's his name?
Debo's
better. That's 5.
5.
That's 5. 5 already on offense, and he's the quarterback. Now let's go to defense. Fred Warner.
You want
to do Enlaw? You want to do Enlaw too?
We'll do Enlaw. Greenlaw. Yeah, Greenlaw.
Greenlaw. Okay, that's 7. You want to do Bosa?
Oh yeah, gotta do Bosa.
That's 8.
Gotta do Bosa. I would say Chase came over. Chase just came over. You know what I mean?
Chase, so I won't do Chase.
I won't do Chase because he just came over.
What about what's his name? Hargrave?
On the back end?
Hargrave, the D tackle.
The D
Played
tackle.
for Philly last year.
Yeah, Hargrave.
Hargrave might be better.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Randy Gregory? Nah, probably not.
Nah. I guess
who am I missing on that? Jesse Armstead? Might be pushing it.
Yeah. So at 10. We just named 9 players ahead of him.
You named 9, so he's 10th.
He's 10th.
So and you can make an argument with maybe Chase, maybe Armstead.
You could.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, well, he's not. I'm not gonna say he's the number 1 player in that team. He's not. But
he's not number 1. He's definitely not top 5.
But I could tell you when I said it last year. I said when Philly went is because I said that when Brock Purdy got injured, that even though I think they still would have went, it still would have been questionable because the offense flows a lot different with him back there. They got in there because they played the 3rd-string quarterback that had no reps. 4th-string quarterback that had no reps with the number 1s. So they played a conservative game because what could you do? You don't want to take them shots. So you try to keep it like a ground game and a little thinking. He just wasn't ready for the moment. Like, come on, you're talking about the biggest game of your life.
He was so not ready. They wanted to bring Brock Purdy back in the game knowing he wasn't going to throw.
Yeah. So we seen what he does for that team. Some people man go well for that. He fits so well that they got rid of the guy that was supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
The guy that actually they went up like 2 or 3 to go get the guy.
They traded away
Trey Lance
3 first-round picks to move up to get Trey Lance at number 3.
Right. He's supposed to be the guy.
And they gave up on him because Mr. Irrelevant outplayed him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So he's the reason why. He's the main reason why they're in the Super Bowl. Because it was his legs that kept them drives alive.
In the second half.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he might not played the better half, but it was either you was going to fold when it was down or you was going to figure a way to get it done, and he did. He showed us the heart of a champion just in that game right there. Did he not?
100%.
Remind me.
You don't have to be the best player to be the most valuable player.
Most valuable. Remind me of Tom Brady that year. He did just enough. When the moment got big, he got bigger. I don't care what he did in the first half. He could have probably had a terrible game. Who knows, right? But when it came to the 4th quarter, when it came to 2-minute drives, when it came to you needed to make a play,
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like the game got slow for the guy when you need to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Was you looking at the same guy I was looking at?
100%. I mean, against that game against Philly last year, Bosa played, McCaffrey played. Those are the two best players on the team, and maybe Fred Warner, number 3.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 best players. They played. They had no shot.
No shot.
No shot. Because
No.
the guy who's the 10th best player was the most valuable, and he's the one that got knocked out.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So we're in agreement there. Just because you're a game manager doesn't mean you're not very good. Right. You might not be elite, but most guys are not elite.
Exactly.
So you can still wind up having a Hall of Fame career being a game manager.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we named a few. Okay, NFL honors. I don't have the MVPs. I mean, not MVPs. I don't have the nominees, but if somebody comes to mind, you just say it and I'll go with you on it. These are all Associated Press, AP. The MVP this year, I think we were in agreement. Despite the playoff, we both think it's Lamar. Coach of the year.
Wow, coach of the year, I would probably give it to, man. I mean, not book. I would say Andy Reid, but that's not going to be the coach here. But I would actually give it to what's called Ryans, D'Amico Ryans out in Houston. In Houston.
That's a good one.
Houston, but what's called probably not getting it though. The guy out of Cleveland.
Yes,
Cleveland.
That's my
probably
vote.
Get it. Yup.
That's my vote because he went so long without Deshaun and Nick Chubb.
He did. Yeah, he did a hell of a job with all the injuries he had, and to have Flacco come in, and unfortunately they couldn't get it done in playoffs. But still, we thought they was done when Deshaun went down.
Yep. So they play in the toughest division.
And he did, yeah. And
everybody in that division finished with a winning record.
They did. So yeah, he definitely, for me, I would give it to him. He earned it. So
we're in agreement there. I think we're going to be in agreement with this one too. The comeback player of the year. This one's easy. This one, no, from Buffalo.
Oh yeah. Oh, Hamlin. Oh, Hamlin. Yeah, Hamlin.
Yeah, it's good.
Hamlin. Yeah. He got that landslide.
Yeah, landslide. Guy almost died last year.
Yeah, he almost died. Yeah, he wouldn't have thought he was going to play football. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely more deserving than Geno Smith, who got it last year.
Yeah,
Geno Smith gets comeback player of the year, and he never left.
Geno is who he is. So, for Seattle, it was what it was. He got his check. He's happy. Man.
All right. Offensive player of the year. This is someone that's not a quarterback.
Not a quarterback, right?
That scored a lot.
Oh, probably on what's called Hill. Tyreek Hill.
Oh, you think Hill? Okay.
I was thinking Tyreek Hill.
I'm gonna go McCaffrey. I'm gonna go McCaffrey because he scored a touchdown in every game practically.
Yeah. I was gonna think of. I still think my guns with Tyreek.
Okay. All right. Good. So we're in disagreement. I like that. Defensive player of the year.
Wow. Let me see. Defensive player of the year. Man. Is it Fred Warner? Nah, I don't think Fred Warner. I'll probably give it either Watt, but he got injured. Bosa's an impact, but he got injured.
Man, I'm surprised you're not saying what I'm thinking. Remember, this is regular season.
Oh shoot. What's it called? My corner from the Cowboys. Bland. Who you think?
Right team, wrong player.
Oh shoot! Is it Micah Parsons going to
get Micah? It's Micah.
Man, I think they're gonna get it. Bland, man.
This was his best year sack wise. It was his best year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably get the Micah. But I thought Bland because he broke that record of him with the interceptions and all that stuff.
I don't think so. When you think of the Dallas Cowboys defense,
it's Mike Parsons. Mike,
Okay.
Michael,
Hey,
Michael.
and he had his best year. So
Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
get Michael.
I think it's gonna be him.
Yeah.
All right. Rookie offensive player of the year. This is easy. This is easy.
Rookie offensive.
Yes.
Oh, CJ Stroud.
Yes. CJ Stroud.
Stroud.
Easy.
Easy. By far.
Okay. Rookie defensive player of the year.
Oh man, you got me on that one.
Yeah. I gotta think. Last year was Sauce. This year I'm trying to think of the draft. Because I didn't pick this one either. I was hoping you would say somebody, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Now I can't think of none because I ain't the Philly guys. Ain't the boys from Georgia. Hold up. Do they have anybody?
Seattle drafted a corner last year. There was Jalen Carter for the Eagles. Got a good first half, not a good second half. I'm trying to think of teams that made the playoffs. Oh my. The rookie one's not standing out to me. Had the linebacker from Detroit. Nah. Any defensive ends really stand out?
Can't think of none. Not out of my brain. So I'm curious to see who won. I'll be curious to see.
Yeah, I don't have it. And obviously the big one, we can't predict this one.
I can't either. I know.
The big one is Walter Payton.
I don't.
Man of the year. You would have to know the nominees and their charities.
Yeah, I would have to know the charities. So that's going to be hard for me to even think about. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing off the field.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that one is it'd be a bloody miracle you get to somebody get that one, unless once again you're following all the people, the players, and what they're doing for the communities. Mm-hmm. It'd be a no-brainer, but I don't keep up with that stat right there.
Well, I tell you what, if I was an NFL player, as far as an individual, there are two individual awards. If I can just, dream the dream, it would be Super Bowl MVP.
Indeed.
And Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year.
Indeed.
Those would be the two over anything.
That definitely the Walter Payton Award, because it shows me especially not doing for the communities, man.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
You have any type of love for the community. That's what I'm teed off. I want to mention this before we get moving on, right? Is the fact that, this in this day and time, man, it disgusts me because I understand that NFL is a corporation. I understand that it's all about money and dollars and all that, right? But what about the 9-to-5 guy? What about the fan that supported these teams, has season tickets, that was staying out in the cold, staying out in the conditions to go root on their team, right? And you're going to tell me that these fans who deserve to see their team in the biggest game, not on TV, bro. I'm talking about in the stadium, bro, right? The Kansas City Chiefs fans that actually fill Arrowhead Stadium, they deserve to go down to see their team play for a Super Bowl, right? Also the San Francisco 49ers, right? But you and I know that the average ticket is $12,000, man. $12,000, man.
You know what the cheapest tickets are?
7?
6. You were close.
So
6.
$6,000.
That means the nosebleeds, not counting what it takes to fly out there or drive.
Right. And we ain't gonna talk about the hotel that you got to book.
Not the hotel.
Not the day, because you got to book.
Not the meals.
Not the meals. We're not gonna talk about the beverage. None of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything's gonna be jacked up because it's the Super Bowl. So you already know they're gonna jack the price.
And who's going by themselves? You're bringing at least one person, right?
Right. So, when the first Super Bowl first started, man, the average ticket was $100, bro.
I heard. You know what I heard? The cheapest ticket was. I heard it today. I heard. Yeah, the cheapest ticket for Super Bowl one
was
$12.
$12.
$12.
And you know why? Because the NFL figured it out. They said, well, man, the scalpers are selling tickets as high as $6-7 grand. So they said, man, somebody willing to pay that. We'll just set the bar at that. So basically, trying to tell me, Gil, is that Super Bowl, this one game is for the wealthy.
Yeah, because they're the ones that can afford it. They're the ones that'll go.
Yeah, don't go.
Absolutely.
And all the rich people get to sit there, and we get to celebrate their celebrity. Because all the cameras are going to be, who's with the Super Bowl, all celebrities, right? And we keep on boosting these celebrities up, right? These weirdos, I'm going to call them how I see it. They're weirdos. Money makes you weird, unfortunately. It shouldn't, but it brings out the weird stuff. They dress weird. They eat weird stuff. Like, I ain't eating no fish, eggs, caviar. Look, it's nasty, bro. It looks nasty. It probably tastes nasty. You get what I'm saying? I'm not paying $12 for no burger with gold flakes around it. That's a waste of money. You dig? It's coming out the same way it went in, right?
Yes.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
It's no different than me going to get a McDonald's or a regular old burger, right? We're getting excessive. The dog has $1, but the dog had diamond chain collars, and we could drink Avion water. Can't drink tap water. Now our dog. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are you trying to tell me that the average Joe, the working class man, the man that supported their team, got to be robbed because he doesn't have the financial means to go see the biggest game ever? His team? How many times can you say you went to a Super Bowl, bro? To see your team play. Imagine that. Chicago make it again. Boom.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Right? Beg and steal.
$12,000, $6,000. You gonna make it happen?
I would try. Let me tell you.
Make it, right?
Somehow, some way, I might have to take out a loan.
See, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say that the average fan ain't gonna make it, but they're gonna take a life, like they did 401k. They're gonna take out a lot of things to make this happen, man. Yeah. And they're gonna suffer. They're gonna suffer because they're gonna have that moment, though. They got that memory. They're gonna have that memory. But no, they're gonna probably about 12,000 in. Promise you. It's gonna be very
why don't these owners of the teams that make the Super Bowl, why don't they bring their season ticket holders?
That's what that would be.
Why don't they do that? Why don't you give them 75% off of a ticket, and they just got to get out there. They got to pay for a hotel and everything else, but you knock 75% off. You knock 75% off, they're still paying more than they would a regular season ticket.
That's a fact.
Okay, so it's not like they're not going to make money, but that would be a good gesture.
It would.
That would be a good gesture.
It would.
I'm not saying give it to them for free,
right?
But you can give them a big discount and still make money. But instead, you're going to have corporate guys there in their suit and tie with a hat on.
With a hat on.
That look corny. AF.
Yeah. It's sad, man.
Like I see Woody Johnson for the Jets owner, always in a suit. He's got his Jets hat on. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous.
It's sad when inflated America is sad. It's very sad, brother. Because you know what, you go overseas and internationally, when they have the World Cups and all that stuff and soccer games, right? The football, apologize for all the World Cup fans. Football, right? Their fans get to go see that game.
Yes, they do.
This is the biggest game.
Yes, they do.
It's insane. People die over there if you represent certain teams. Seriously, that's how serious it is, bro.
Yeah,
you will die.
I mean that's a little over the top, but I get your point. I get your point. Speaking of which, how greedy the NFL is. Although I don't know who they're playing. Ready for this? I heard this yesterday. So you know how the season always starts on a Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay. Which will continue again. It'll be a Thursday. But guess what? The very next day, on Friday, there'll be another game. It'll be the Philadelphia Eagles home opener, but it won't be in Philadelphia.
Oh, it'll be in Brazil. It'd be in Brazil.
Their first game is going to be in Brazil on that Friday.
You gonna send some football players to Brazil?
So they're gonna do. They're gonna do Thursday, Friday. College will have week 2 of their games on Saturday, and then the NFL will have their opening weekend Sunday. And you know they're going to have 2 games on Monday.
On Monday. Wow.
What the heck?
I'm telling you, man.
What the heck? Philadelphia, you just got the shaft. You got your first game is in Brazil.
Yeah. How am I supposed to concentrate for this game?
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Brazil is like Miami Beach 2.0.
On steroids.
2.0.
What?
Yeah. Good luck concentrating.
Hey man, I know you're a married man.
You better show up like the day before and not have, because if they're one of these teams that shows up at the beginning of the week, you might not see some of those players come game time. No. For a multitude of reasons.
Oh my God.
Multitude. They might get kidnapped.
They might
get kidnapped, drugged, and wake up with all stitched here on the side because their organs were taken out.
It's a fact. You better be careful.
Yeah, see the movie Touristas.
You better be careful.
Taurus in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Go see that movie.
I'm just saying. But man, moving on, right?
Yeah.
NBA. This is the irony. This is. I just want to throw this irony out there, right? This is what you call, you teach. I don't know if you teach your kids this, but I teach my son this, right? I said you do good to people, man. You do good to people because you want good to come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you do bad things, you can't expect good to come from it. What I'm talking about is the Milwaukee Bucks, how they did that, Adrian Griffin. This man had, at the time, the second best record in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, he would have been a coach of the East this year because of the All-Star game. The rules is whoever has the best record, obviously Boston has the best record, but it's a rule saying that coach cannot repeat as a coach of the All-Star
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Because it would have been Boston. Okay, so now by default, Doc Rivers, who has been, by the way, 1-4 since he came over. He said last night they lost to Phoenix, and he said, "Oh yeah, the energy was great. Yeah, the energy, we're in a positive direction. The energy is going good. Energy, ooh. What? Y'all can Adrian Griffin because y'all defense wasn't up to par, but yet y'all had the second best record in the East. By the way, y'all have dropped since y'all been have this coach or third now, because Cleveland have made a heck of a run. So they're the second in the East now. And my Knicks is slowly creeping up on that third spot, too.
Aren't the Knicks third right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. They might have leapfrogged them. Because
I think they are
playing like an all-star. Like,
I think the Knicks are third because Milwaukee.
I know Philly dropped the fifth.
Philly dropped, yeah.
Philly dropped because Embiid loss is heavy. And he's going to be going for 4 weeks. I know Maxey is an all-star, but man, Philly they're gonna go. It's gonna be hard. I ain't gonna say they ain't gonna win no games.
I might have the guy for Philly, but getting back to your point with Milwaukee,
yes, sir.
Since they brought in the great Doc Rivers, they're 1-4, and they're going downhill fast, and they're trying to talk themselves into. Yeah. I'm seeing improvement. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing L's.
I'm seeing L's.
I don't see
no continuity.
Nothing.
I don't see no defensive stoppage. I don't see no increase in and once again, I'm not going to ride a guy all the way to the rails. He is only 5 games in. It takes time to kind of put your system in place. Because I say that because we got on the Clippers with that Harden trade. Remember, they went on like a 9-game losing streak. They couldn't get it together. They're the hottest team in the NBA right now.
Clearly,
they're on fire.
Clearly,
they're on fire.
If it wasn't LA Clippers, if it was LA Lakers with this roster, I'd be picking them to win the championship.
But like you said, it's the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we're not going to fall for the fool's gold.
Mm-hmm.
As you know what I like to say, we're not going to fall for banana and tailpipe.
Yeah, that's yours.
We're not going to do that.
That's yours.
We're not going to do that. Because we know We done been on this podium ride before, man. We've been on this carousel before, have we not?
We have.
We have a lot.
It seems like almost every year.
Every year, right? They went on this tour. The playoffs, they end up getting a first round matchup with a team like a Dallas, or you'll get a team like a New Orleans that will push them to the brink. Whereas, like if they get past that first series,
there's nothing left.
They have nothing left, or somebody got injured. That was one of the big three got injured.
Bingo.
So, unless I see something totally different, I think they have the capability. They're deep. They definitely have the capability to go far. You know what I'm saying? Because they are deep. And Kawhi Leonard, if he's playing at top level, he can carry a team.
With Embiid's injury taking him out of the MVP race, right now I got Kawhi. I got Kawhi as the guy. They're the number one seed. He's the best player. He's played enough games to this point. If he stays healthy and they don't do that load management, I think he's the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, only person I can think outside of him will be Giannis. Giannis been pinning up some numbers,
winning,
but they're not winning. Yeah, or Joker.
Joker's great, but they're not going to finish with the number one seed. It looks like.
Yeah.
So, and they're probably not going to finish number two either.
They're probably Minnesota. Probably
Minnesota.
Because Minnesota actually is legit. They're legit. They have defense. They have Cat's been playing out of his mind. I gotta give Cat his due. He ain't been playing soft. He has been playing like Cat. And then Anthony Edwards, he's a problem. He's electrifying.
He is box office.
He's electrifying.
Come see the show.
Oh, you gotta come see the show. And please don't try. Don't try to get caught out of position because you won't get embarrassed. I hope your wife ain't there because you getting posterized, Jack. The boy is crazy, man. And then you got Rudy Gobert.
I remember going to this sports store. Do you remember Modell's?
Oh, yeah, I do. I know Modell's.
I remember being a teenager going upstairs and looking at the basketball posters and seeing all the guys that were getting posterized. And it was always the same guys dunking on somebody. You didn't know who the somebody was most of the time, but it was always Jordan over somebody, Dominique over somebody, John Kemp over somebody. And then, you might recognize the guy. Oh, is that Patrick Ewing? Or something like that. But, Anthony Edwards, I mean, he's making people famous.
Yeah, he is.
He gets you leaning one way. I mean, he is wow. He is wow. He is wow. Man, he refines his game just a little bit, and it's out with the old. I'm talking like Golden State Warriors old.
That's a fact. Yeah.
and in with Minnesota, and you're right, man. Karl Anthony Towns, it looked like the last couple of years he was starting to go backwards, and this year he's revved back up again. Yeah. It's like he's found fountain of youth.
He did. And I think Gobert actually brought out his game because now you have a bona fide rim stopper and a rebound guy, right? That could complement to him. So now Cat don't have to worry about being that true 5 anymore because his true position is actually a 4. But they had him at the 5. So I felt he might have felt that maybe the pressure being the 5 because he's going to play his game.
Mm-hmm.
Now you bring Rudy Gobert over because we're not looking for Rudy Gobert to score.
Right.
But he give you some points plus, right?
Right.
Rebounds, Mutombo. That's what we want. So that allows Cat to free up. You know what I mean? And he's been freed up. We're not complaining too much about you taking your threes because he's having a mix. He's not only shooting his threes, but he's also taking to the rim. You know what I mean? And he's giving you 20, 25, 10, 25, and 10. Well, I expect that my 4/5. You know what I mean? And then, and I always say Mike Conley is that glue guy. You need a Mike Conley, man. You need a guy to have the offense flow because he's a tricky lefty. He plays good on-ball defense, and he gets people in the motion. He's been a winner on every team he's been on. Every team Mike Conley been a part of, they've been winners.
I only worry he's a little long in the tooth, and he has a slight slender build. I worry about him in the postseason.
But in the past, he hasn't really had too many issues when it came to the postseason. I think maybe in Utah he might have had maybe 2 years in Utah where he didn't play. But for the most part, it's been durable for a small frame.
But in the past, he was younger than he is today.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you start to get, past your prime in the back nine of your career, it speeds up. The back nine goes faster than the front nine. So I'm using a golf term here. I just worry because I've seen him injured the last couple years, and I've seen him age a little bit. He's having a good year this year, but I feel like he could be like a Chris Paul, where you just can't rely on him. He can pull or snap something quite easily in the postseason that probably wouldn't have happened to him 5 or 6 years ago. But I mean, it's the evolution, it's father time. But he's not a young guy as far as NBA players go anymore. I love what he's doing this year, but I don't know if you can rely on it.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you can rely on it. So I don't like relying on these guys that are in their mid-30s.
I don't blame you.
Oh, especially that game. And before we get off the NBA, we have been talking for a couple weeks that the Sixers needed another guy. Mm-hmm. And now with Embiid down, mm-hmm. they definitely need another guy.
Right.
Let's just assume that Embiid comes back before the year is over.
Right. What did it say? 4 weeks.
Comes back, a week before the playoffs start, and they're hanging on onto the last playoff seed or whatever. They're 8th or something like that. What if the third guy, I thought of this yesterday, what if the third guy they could bring in would be Miles Bridges from Charlotte?
Wow.
He's going to be a free agent. You'd have to give him a new contract. You can't depend on Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris can give you 25 one day and 5 another.
Yeah. Miles Bridges been balling, man.
Bridges, he's averaging 21 points a game, and I think he hit 40 the other night.
Yeah, they was talking about him trying to bust – L.A. trying to bust a move to get him. The Lakers, which I think would be a wasted daggone talent over there, but I think he'll have a better shot at Philly because Philly definitely could use him. Question is –
Philly's got money too.
And they got money. And then who you get rid of? Because they're going to have to get rid of somebody. So you get rid of Kelly Oubre?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. They got to go for Miles Bridges, man.
That's a good one, right?
That's a great one. I think, that's the piece you need. Because you definitely need a guy who's going to come and give you at least 20. You got Max, he averaging 20, 25. And then Embiid doing Embiid, he's going to be averaging 30.
Mm-hmm. So you'd have 2 wing guys and then the big guy back in the middle.
Oh. Yeah, Philly got to bust a move, man. Because
that would be good.
If they don't, they're not going to be able to do nothing with Boston and possibly Milwaukee. I think Cleveland's having a good run, but I just think that, honestly, they're like really a 4 or 5. Either a 4 or 5, honestly.
The Knicks, man. The Knicks are looking good.
They're looking real good.
They're looking
We're
good.
looking real good, man. We're looking real good, man. We're looking real good, man. I like OG and Oakley, man. I like that trade, man. Mm-hmm. Man, we got a defensive guy. We got a young guy. We got a guy that is the leaper, but Jalen Brunson is just probably got it right.
Oh,
I mean, years we just had not gotten it right.
Yeah.
We were terrible when it came to players, man.
What a mistake Dallas made. What a mistake. They let him go and they brought in Kyrie.
Man, I said it when they did it. I said, Luka went down and this dude went for 40. When we got Jalen Brunson, I said, that was a good pickup. Did I know he's going to do this?
No.
I'd be lying to you.
He's a legit all-star.
No, he's a legit all-star. He's legit. Look, and we build around him. There's no question no more. No question. Because at one point, Randall was really trying to, it's my team. No, bro, you're a 6-man. Let's chill out with the dumb stuff, okay? It's Jalen Brunson's team. I'm saying, you're an overhyped 6-man. We've seen what you can do. We've seen what you could do in the Atlantic series. With too much pressure on you, you fold. We've seen it. Ice tray. Hurting me. Just this dude went in Atlanta and literally went 0 for 11 before he hit his first bucket. I'm talking about he was forcing it. You could clearly see he's forcing it. Frustrated, getting teased. You're not the guy. Jalen Brunson went in there and put on a show. And you know what I love about him, man? If he talks,
he's humble.
He's humble, man. He's a humble guy, man.
Yeah, he doesn't have celebrity all-star in his head.
Nah.
He's all about team.
Yes.
He's all about faith.
Yeah.
He's all about family.
Yeah.
And he just wants to win. And if he winds up scoring 30 plus, well, you know, I'm glad we won.
Yeah.
I like that. It's genuine. It's not, you know, some guys try and act humble, but you could see right through it.
Yeah.
You could see right through it. But this guy, he doesn't know how to
be a star.
Be any other way. This is how he is now is probably how he was in high school.
Yeah.
Probably the same guy.
Yep. And they have DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, his Villanova buddies, man, along with him. You know, because DiVincenzo, you know, Dante's from Delaware. Shout out to Dante from Dante from Delaware. Ain't that something? D from D. Ain't that something? But you know, just have his running mates, man, and then
Villanova boys.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, Philly went to Georgia. You know, New York went to Villanova.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So
and it's working out. It's working out.
And before we get to our football pick, our Super Bowl pick, man, I think you want to talk about the Cody Rhodes situation, man. Because it's very disrespectful what they're doing to Cody Rhodes.
Very disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. I'm not liking it at all.
I'm not liking it either.
I don't have nothing against The Rock, my man, but I have something against The Rock in his position. Okay? Because Cody Rhodes literally came back, man, and he sacrificed for this. He's not doing movies. He's not Mr. Everybody Know Me. You feel me? And I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. Y'all keep trying to bring The Rock back. You know, it's cool for you to pop your head in, but you're talking about going for the chip. You're talking about going to face Roman Reigns. You're talking about for guys that sacrifice, been on this circuit all year working this ankle all year, bro. For you to come in off, because I'm not doing a movie right now, and I'm The Rock. So I could come in and I own part of the company. So, hey, great storyline, right? No, it's terrible storyline.
No. First of all, he contradicts himself. He said he wanted to build this. Well, now, you know, you got Elimination Chamber coming in a few weeks, and then you got WrestleMania after that, the beginning of April. So The Rock is not in, how do you want to say? He's not in wrestler form. He's not, you know, 11 years ago was his last match. It was the rematch against John Cena. Well, John Cena rematch. And The Rock got injured.
Yeah.
And that injury, whatever movie he was filming at the time, he was out 2 weeks. That movie lost $80,000 a day because he was out those 2 weeks. I don't remember what movie it is, so I can't say. I heard this from his father, his late father. I heard an interview with him. He said he missed 2 weeks because of the injury against John Cena, and the set, they lost $80,000 a day while he was gone. That adds up. Times 14, you do the math. So, yeah, listen, I get right now The Rock is the most powerful guy in WWE. There's no McMahon's in there anymore. And even though Triple H is head of creative, he's not on the board. There's 5 members on the board, and only one of them is a celebrity, and that's The Rock. So he's the face. He's above Tony Khan or anybody else. He is the face. He's on the board. He's the 5th guy. He is the guy. But I don't like that Cody Rhodes is being penalized because of 2 things. Number one, CM Punk getting injured. That is nothing. I get that they got to scramble and do something else, right? For night number 1 WrestleMania main event. But that doesn't mean you screw Cody. Cody's nice. He's the nice guy. So you can talk him down. But that's the one thing that shouldn't have changed. There's two things that shouldn't have changed. Bayley being in the main event because she won the Royal Rumble, and Cody Rhodes back-to-back winning the Royal Rumble. He points after he wins it to Roman Reigns. He points to him. Okay? That's who people want to see. They want to see the rematch. They want to finish the story. He lost in the main event last year after winning the Royal Rumble. He took it that close and came up short. A year later, wins the Royal Rumble again, and now you're gonna push him out. You're gonna push him out. Does anybody think The Rock is gonna win this match?
I hope
The
not.
Rock is still a Hollywood guy. He's still the owner of the UFL, which is the XFL and the US FL, whatever. They both combined. He's the owner. He's the top guy there. And now you're on the board here. You're not going to be a full-time performer. And this is another thing that's bothering me. I'm tired of these guys with the strap, okay, that are wrestling once every 3 months. Brock Lesnar did it for a few years. Roman Reigns has done it now for a couple years. And now, if The Rock was to win, how often I'll tell you right now, he'll do WrestleMania, he'll do SummerSlam, he'll do Survivor Series, he'll do Royal Rumble. That's it.
That's it.
That's all he's gonna do. That's all he's gonna do. You want the face of the company? I get he's The Rock, but you got Ric Flair every week put his title on the line, not waiting for a pay-per-view. How many 1 hour, 60-minute matches did Ric Flair do?
And that's why he's one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it.
Ever.
Even Hulk Hogan had to acknowledge him. He said he's the greatest wrestler to do it.
Yeah. He said Ric Flair's number one. Hulk Hogan defended his belt every month. Every month. I remember when they were doing territories, they were in New York every 6 weeks. He was in New York every 6 weeks.
Belt on the line.
Belt on the line.
Once again, I'm not surprised. We're in a soft era, man. Everything around is soft.
Why do they got to do the nice guy? This is the kind of crap that pisses me off. Okay, they're gonna do. They wouldn't do this to the jerk.
No,
they wouldn't. I tell you who they wouldn't do this to. They wouldn't do it to CM Punk if he won it.
They definitely wouldn't.
Guarantee you that.
They wouldn't even approach them.
No, they wouldn't have.
You already know that guy. So he'd have had a whole hour tirade about how they tried. He'd have jumped out that microphone so fast.
He would get on the mic and he would rip into everybody. But Cody, company man, best for business. The Rock taps him on the shoulder, whispers in his ear, and that's that. That's that. He wins the Royal Rumble, points to who he wants, and a week and a half later, they change it.
That's whack, man.
They change it. It's messed up.
And any wrestling fan should be hot, man. But once again, it's cattle and everybody's sheep and everybody ain't got no brains. So they'll sit there and have integrity and say, no, that's wrong. No, it's The Rock. We'll have a big old cheer, kumbaya moment for him. And there you go. Yeah, he get to wrestle Roman Reigns. Where's the build-up?
Mm-hmm.
So once again, man, I'm not supportive of that move at all. I think it's not right. It's definitely not right. And I feel sorry for Cody, man.
I do too.
And it's a shame that he's such a stand-up type of guy that he even got to go through all this.
Mm-hmm.
You fought you won the World Rumble for what? To be shamed?
Mm-hmm.
We ran bamboos ran amok. It's not cool, man. Not cool.
Finish the story. The title got ripped out of his father's hands in Madison Square Garden, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Let him finish. I mean, he hasn't paid his dues yet. Did people forget how long he was in the WWE before he left the AEW and changed his whole image and became a superstar, superstar, comes back to WWE, is absolutely killing it. This is a guy that you want to be the face of your company. This is a guy that competes every single week. This is a guy that is good as gold in his heart. Okay, like a John Cena. Good as gold. People can relate to this guy. Okay, he's not overly big. He's not overly strong. He doesn't have a crazy physique. He looks like an everyday man. He colored his hair to look like his brother and to look like his father. He's the American Nightmare. And I think this is terrible what they're doing to him. And I don't care if he gets another shot in SummerSlam or he gets another shot at Royal Rumble or Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. He earned this at WrestleMania. He earned it. And it's not right. It's not right. And by the way, any of you out there be like, oh, come on, man. It's just professional wrestling. It's not real. If you're not emotionally involved, if you don't go with the storyline, then you're not a wrestling fan.
Right.
I understand that this is, not real. It's predetermined. But guess what? Every movie you're watching isn't real. Every show you're watching isn't real.
Superbowl ain't real.
Were you like, man, that Tom Cruise, he bamboozled me. He's no pilot. He's not really a spy. I feel like I threw away my money.
Gil,
you knew it.
I'm gonna throw one at you, Gil. You want to know what else isn't real? What we're about to predict. The Super Bowl ain't real, man. It's already scripted.
You think so?
I know so. I know so.
Ooh, that's a tough
one. It's already scripted, brother. It's a corporation, man.
That's a tough one.
I'm just saying, we ain't saying wrestling ain't real. None of these sports is real.
Listen, it's hard to argue when we've found out that there are referees that do gamble on games. We found this out.
It's a fact.
If you want to just believe, if you want to just be naive and believe it was a one and done guy, who was it, Donahue?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. He's just the only one that got caught.
He's the only one that got caught.
Hold on, Gil, because I know we growing up as kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went to school, probably acted up. Everybody had their moments, right? It wasn't the one when you got caught. Trust me, you was the only one that did it. You was the only one that got caught.
I was the one that when I saw somebody else do it, then I did it, but I made it more of a spectacle.
Right.
So the first one you hear about, but you didn't see. The second one is the one you had already gotten the heads up, and now you see him doing it. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something right now that somebody got away with, but then I did it, and I did it a couple seconds longer. And yeah, I was the one that was asked to.
So you can't tell me
go to the office and call your mom.
That part. So you can't tell me that this is, it's been documented, it's been proven. We're not sitting on some conspiracy theory stuff. And I promise you, man, the NFL, these are professional athletes, bro. Professional. Top of the level. Been playing this stuff since they was in pee-wees. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff that goes on is like, are you serious? Oh, dropsies. What? How many balls have you caught? Like, seriously. Like, you probably can catch them in your sleep. Dropsies. It happens. Fumble. Sure it did. Anyway, going on to this game that's going to happen.
Listen.
So, I'm just saying, man.
I hear you, and you make a good argument. My counter to that would be when we know things were fixed as far as the athletes go, they didn't have the money that they're making now. When these boxers were taking dives, they were making more money by what the mob guys were bringing in and giving than if they actually would have won the fight and got the title. So it's hard for me to think that professional athletes today, in particular NBA, NFL, things like that, the money that they're making, that an outside entity would convince them to throw a game to underperform because we'll pay you more. These guys are already making millions. So now I can understand if you're like, what about the referees and the officiating and the sky, in the office in New York and stuff like that? I could see, that's possible. I think it's pretty weird that the Super Bowl last year, 2 penalties happened on that last play for Kansas City, and they only called the one against the Eagles, while the other one was just as obvious, the hands to the face, just as obvious. But one they see and one they don't. That's tough. But as far as players go, I still think that the players now are on the up and up. I don't know how, unless it's going to be some gangster stuff, where, you better throw this game or else I'm going to do something bad to somebody that, man, I can't even comment on that. But as far as like the incentive of money, I don't know that the boys from Vegas, okay, hey, how you doing? I don't know that they can offer one of these athletes to not do something or to do something as an incentive with money that they're already going to get. I mean, think about the sponsorships that you get that you never got by just being in this game. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have money as the incentive to do the wrong thing, well, what else do they got? What else are they going to hold over their head as far as the players go? Right, so I think maybe, the referees aren't making millions of dollars. They're not even technically full-time employees of the NFL. Maybe you can get to them. Maybe. I'll give you that. As far as the players go, you're going to have to tell me something I don't know.
I mean, I just think it's scripted, but it might not be on the players' perspective. It might, like you said, it might be the referees, might be, but it'd be some fugazi stuff going on, But I guess to my picks, and before we get to the picks, I just want to give one shout out to the Oilers, man. Edmonton Oilers had a 19-game that got snapped by the Vegas Golden Knights. Just snapped it. But man, heck of a run. Hockey, heck of a run. 19 games.
19 games.
That's a strong run in hockey, bro. Trust me. So shout out to the Edmonton Oilers.
Man, I gotta say,
gotta give you that.
That was a very unexpected shout out that you gave him.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you on that.
Yes, sir.
I would have missed that.
Yes,
but
sir.
yes, I heard that. I heard yesterday about the 19 games.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Oilers. Maybe they get it. Maybe Stanley Cup comes to Canada, eh?
Hey, they got a strong team. They got a strong team.
There you go. There you go. Well, it won't be my Devils. So
nah, not this year, bro.
I'm pretty certain about that. All right. Well, we got one more game to call.
Man,
are you ready, my brother? We did the whole season.
Let's go.
One game to call.
Look, I predicted that San Fran was going to be there this year. So that was definitely one of my picks for San Fran.
So did I.
Thought it was going to be San Fran, and honestly, I thought it was going to be. I don't think it was going to be Baltimore. Who did I say in the beginning of the year?
I said Buffalo.
I think you said Buffalo.
I said.
And I thought it might have been either was Cincinnati. I don't think it was Baltimore. It might have been Cincinnati, but then again, Joe Burrow got injured, so that killed that one.
Yeah.
But, oh man, I had my Lyft driver asked me today. His female asked me. She said, "Who was I going for?" I said, "Man, good game." I said that San Fran, I believe, has the better team. I do. We just named the players on Kansas on San Fran when we were talking about the quarterback situation, correct?
Correct.
This is a rematch. Different team.
Rematch from 4 years ago.
4 years ago, but different team though. Different team.
Different team with San Francisco in particular quarterback.
Yeah, it's particular quarterback. Exactly. Garoppolo choked. Peanut butter sandwiches all day long. Okay. Yeah. So
I just love how fast you just shoot it out.
Yeah,
peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah. So
banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, you know how it goes. 15, bananas. You ever had a peanut butter banana sandwich? Yeah,
No, I have not.
you need to try it. It's really good. For choke artists, I wouldn't recommend it for choke artists, but you know what I'm saying. 15.
I love peanut butter
I do
sandwiches,
too.
no jelly, and I prefer crunchy.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
most people I know
Creamy,
like creamy.
yeah, not really. I actually like crunchy, believe it or not. Pause.
I love crunchy. That is a good sandwich. Like before you go to bed,
For sure.
like you want something to stick to your bones.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
It's hard to go against 15, man. It's hard to go against 15, man. Like I'm watching Brady again. Honestly, just a different level, bro. Andy Reid's a great coach, Hall of Fame coach. And every time we count these dudes out, man, like honestly, I thought Buffalo was going to beat them. I thought Baltimore was going to beat them. I really did. I thought, and it was a hard road to the Super Bowl, right? The defense stepped up. Somehow, some way, Pat Mahomes just finds receivers that you just don't hear of. That have big games. Even if you eliminate Travis Kelce, it's still guys that you just don't think is going to kill you, end up killing you.
They're playing their best ball.
They are.
And they're running the ball.
Man,
Pacheco had 24 carries.
But dog, I just, you know what, bro? I'm sticking with my gut, man.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Let me build it up. We did it all year. Let me build it up.
Good.
Sunday, February 11th, 6:30 p.m. CBS. Your San Francisco 49ers are a 2-point favorite over the reigning, defending Kansas City Chiefs. The total, 47.5. What say you?
I say me Kansas City, and believe it or not, I'm going to take this to the under. Kansas City to the under.
We are split. I am also taking Kansas City. I am also in agreement that I think San Francisco has more dudes. And although Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame coach, I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the better head coaches, in particular offensive minds in the NFL. And he's got pressure on him because he choked away the Atlanta Falcons game when they were up 28-3. Yeah. He was the offensive coordinator there.
He was.
Choked that away. He lost 4 years ago when he had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they lost. Okay. They've done all this stuff with the quarterbacks the last few years, moving up in the draft, giving up 3 number ones to get Trey Lance. Just, wind up shipping them out anyway. You're bringing Darnold. You got Mr. Irrelevant. Looks like he's the guy. From top to bottom, you've got the roster. Running back, wide receivers, tight end, O-line. Defense has got killers up and down the board. No excuses. No excuses. You got more dudes than I think Kansas City has.
Mm-hmm.
However, Kansas City doesn't just have a dude. They got the dude. They got my homeboy. Mm-hmm. They got the best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. They got the guy that if he wins this game, you can legitimately say, Tom Brady, I'm coming. Because Brady, whether you think he's the best or not the best, he's got the resume. But guess what? The eye test shows Mahomes is probably better than Brady. But Brady's got the resume. But he's already going to be halfway there.
Yeah.
Brady played, 24 years? Is that how long he played?
Yeah.
He was a rookie in 2000, became a starter in 2001.
Yeah.
And this is his first year retired. So I believe he was in the league 24 years. He
Yeah.
was a starter 23 years. Mahomes has been in the league 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. He's already got 2 league MVPs. He's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs and 2 Super Bowls. If he wins, and he's been to, this is his fourth. This is his fourth. If he wins this one, he's got a shot, dude. He's got a real shot. You're gonna tell me? Let's be conservative. Let's say he plays 15 years.
Right.
Back in the day, 15 years was a long time. So let's be conservative. He plays 15 years. You're going to tell me in the next 9 years he can't win another 4?
Well, depends on a lot about the coaching situation comes in too. Because I don't expect Andy Reid to be there in 9 years.
You sure?
I don't know,
sure?
man. It's done.
He's not Belichick. You know, Belichick wears out his welcome.
Right,
Belichick,
right.
Once he stopped winning,
right,
people were like, "Oh, enough of this guy. Enough of this guy." I think Andy Reid gets a longer leash. I think Andy Reid is like a player's coach.
Yeah, he definitely is.
The players want to run through a wall for this guy. He's got personality out the wazoo. I think Andy Reid, he's one of those guys, if he's not coaching, what's he going to do?
Yeah,
are you going to tell me he's going to be dead in the next 9 years?
Yeah. I mean, if he don't play, if he don't coach, he might be.
I think Andy Reid is 66. I think that's how old he is.
Oh, shoot. Well, then, yeah, he might got 9 in him.
That means he would have to play to 75.
Yeah, which
coach just to 75.
Yeah, how old was Pete Carroll and Belichick when they?
Pete Carroll is 72. Belichick is 71.
Okay, so realistically, let's just say he got at least a good way. He's 66, so he got some good. We said 66, right?
I said he's 66, so you would have to make it to 75.
Yeah,
but the difference between Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick is they don't have Mahomes.
No, they have Mahomes.
They don't have Mahomes they don't have Mahomes in his prime.
Mm-mm.
Mahomes has got at least 2/3 left. He's got 2/3 left of his career.
Yeah, you're right about that because only threat I see that's coming out the AFC for him has so far has been Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm. And you can see offensive guy receivers can come and go. They still win. Offensive coordinators can come and go. He still wins.
Yeah.
Now, he's had Travis Kelce his whole career.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I don't think Kelce has got 9 years left in him. Mm-hmm. I think he's got like 4.
Now you're going to knock up Taylor Swift and it's going to be over.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Oh, it's bad, man.
That's bad. Shame,
terrible, right?
Shame.
It was between, and then guess who's going to be her bestie at the baby shower? Mahomes' wife, Brittany.
Just think if Kelce gets Taylor Swift pregnant and they break up, she has to pay him alimony.
I know.
No, child support. She has to pay him child support.
I know. I know. I doubt that he's going anywhere though, but who knows?
Listen, he won't have a job in 5 years, so
yeah,
he could be a stay-home dad.
He was home dad. He's smart,
and he could be bringing in the money from Taylor Swift. You have no idea how much money this chick makes, and she's so nice. I heard that just the truckers for her Eras tour. I don't know about anybody else. Just the truckers for Christmas got $100,000 bonus.
What the hell?
Each. Whatever they were making prior to that, just the truckers got $100,000 bonus each.
She needed a footstool.
Hey man, some people.
I'm just saying she needed a footstool, man. Out there, I think I could transform to a footstool for her, man.
Some people they don't forget where they come from.
Man, that's crazy.
And despite and she is the biggest star.
No, she is.
She's number one.
You know it's crazy.
She's bigger than The Rock.
You know it's crazy. Chad Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp was talking about that. They said they're comparing Beyonce and her, right?
She's bigger.
And Ochocinco couldn't believe that he was like bigger than Beyonce.
Bigger than Beyonce.
And Shannon Sharp was like, yeah, man, bigger than
Beyonce.
Her range is bigger because she has the little girls. Beyonce caters mostly to the women. You feel me? Not saying that they ain't no girls that support her, but Taylor Swift got all the little girls. I'm talking about probably 5 and above. She's innocent. I'm talking about 5. Like you don't
just have little girls. She don't. I saw Russell Westbrook broadcasting on social media at one of her concerts. She don't have just the little girls. She's got the little girls, but she don't just have the little girls. Yeah, she got a lot.
Yeah, she got from her range probably from 5 to 80 to be exact, to be cracking exact. Ain't too many people don't know Taylor Swift, man.
Everybody has heard a song from her.
Yeah.
You know, pop music. Everybody knows pop music. Not everybody listens to hip hop. Not everybody listens to country.
They listen to pop.
You know, everybody has heard a pop song here and there. Here and there. And Taylor Swift, I mean, hey, it's her time. It's been her time. She's only getting bigger.
Yeah.
She's only how old is she? She was born in 89. Yeah. So she's 34. I think she's 34.
Yeah, she's 30. Yeah, 30. 34.
I think she's 34.
Yep, 34. Dang.
34. So she's got a ways to go. She might have another 20 years.
And I'm sorry, America.
Look at how long Madonna and Cher.
Had
it going on.
And I'm sorry.
Well into their 50s. Well, they were top.
Yeah, I like the Cher. Cher reminded me of Native American girl. Yeah, I like the Cher. I'm sorry, America, that we got on Taylor Swift. We got caught in Taylor Swift.
Hey, listen, they're gonna see her. They're gonna see her Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, she'll be there. They should have had a performing with Usher. They say, "Hey, Usher, you want somebody to perform with you? We're gonna let Taylor perform with you."
It's Usher's moment. Let him have it.
It's Usher's moment.
It's Usher's moment.
I mean, heck of a performer though.
Oh yeah.
They bring Janet Jackson back.
I don't know. I don't think she'll ever get invited back.
It was a wardrobe malfunction, man. They ain't
ever.
There's a wardrobe malfunction, man.
Well, hey, listen. I thought it was a good halftime. I thought it was good. And before we sign out, in sad news, in music entertainment, unfortunately, the passing of a country superstar, Toby Keith, passed away.
Cancer.
A couple days ago, stomach cancer, 62 years old. You know, very, very popular, big. You know, I'm not a country music guy.
Neither, but he was
was huge, and he loved America.
Yeah,
he loved them. Whatever you thought about his politics, whatever you thought about his music, this guy loved America. He loved wearing red, white, and blue. He loved talking positive about America, and he stood up for America. And when people tried to poo-poo America, he was the one putting his neck out there and saying, no, not my country. You do that somewhere else. You talk about another country like that. Say what you want. He was a little bit polarizing. You don't have to like him, but you do have to respect him. Indeed. So R.I.P. to Toby Keith. Rest in peace, rest in paradise, rest in power. You definitely made your mark. And on that note, that's the end of our show. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was our Super Bowl preview show. Of course, we're going to talk about the game next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Catch us on YouTube. What's Good with Gil and Larry. From my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gil and Larry. We want to catch you next week. Until then, stay healthy, enjoy the game, and we'll see you then.
My man, $100 grand.
My man.